Let me tell you about Sarah. She was beautiful, smart, and had this spark that just drew everyone in. She was also, bless her heart, completely allergic to the word budget. We were engaged for about a year, and honestly, the engagement was probably the highest stress period of my life. You see, I'm Ethan. I'm an infrastructure manager for a big utility company. My job is to make sure the lights stay on and the servers keep humming. It's not sexy, it's stable. It pays well, I get great benefits, and I max out my 401k every single year, rain or shine. I like knowing that if the world goes sideways, my future is secure. Sarah saw that security and she didn't see peace. She saw a cage. The trouble really started when she met Rex. Rex was the kind of guy who wore designer sneakers with a suit and talked exclusively in venture capital jargon. He was running some kind of app startup. I think it was supposed to revolutionize dog walking or maybe personalized smoothie delivery. I honestly couldn't keep track. But Rex had the vibe. He had the loft apartment downtown, the leased Tesla, and the boundless, slightly manic energy of someone running on debt and pure ego. Every conversation we had started turning into a comparison. Ethan, she'd sigh, usually while scrolling through Instagram pictures of Rex's latest team retreat in Aspen. You're talking about optimizing a municipal sewer line. Rex is talking about a $1 billion valuation by Q3. Don't you ever want to swing for the fences? I'd try to explain. Sarah, swinging for the fences means maybe you hit a home run or maybe you strike out and lose everything. My job is a guaranteed double every single time, and that double allows us to pay the mortgage, take a nice vacation once a year, and retire comfortably before we're 60.
She'd just roll her eyes. Comfortable? Ethan, your entire life philosophy is boring mediocrity. You obsess over your quarterly earnings report like it's a scripture. We could be living an adventure. We could be disrupting something. She hated my 401k. She called it my safety blanket woven out of bureaucratic paperwork. She hated that I drove a reliable, paid-off sedan instead of something flashy that required a six-figure loan. She even started mocking the color palette of my office, which, yes, was mostly beige and gray, because it's an infrastructure office. We're not filming a music video in there. The constant drip, drip, drip of disrespect wore me down. It wasn't just that she wanted excitement. It was that she fundamentally despised the stability I worked so hard to build for us. The final straw broke right over the kitchen island, 3 months before the wedding was scheduled. We were arguing about where to put the wedding money we'd received from her uncle. I wanted to put half of it into a low-risk mutual fund for a future down payment on a house. Sarah wanted to invest it in Rex's startup because he promised a 10 times return within 18 months. That's a gamble, Sarah. It's highly speculative. I remember my voice rising. She threw her hands up, tossing her hair back dramatically. God, you are so predictable. You are so risk-averse even. You are terrified of true success because it involves moving outside your little box of guaranteed income. You are a cubicle drone stuck in beige mediocrity, and frankly, I can't marry that. I need someone who understands that life is about potential, not just pension plans. And just like that, she was gone. She packed 2 huge suitcases, left the engagement ring, a relief, honestly, I hadn't even finished paying it off, and moved into a shared loft space near Rex's office. She didn't look back.
I was devastated for about a month. The quiet of the apartment was deafening. But then, a funny thing happened. The stress melted away. I went back to just being Ethan. I went to work, I hit the gym, I watched my investments grow, slow and steady, like a quiet river carving a canyon. I realized that the chaos Sarah called excitement was actually just exhausting. I focused. I got a big promotion, infrastructure director for the entire regional grid. My income jumped significantly, but more importantly, my job security solidified. Meanwhile, I kept tabs on Sarah through mutual friends and, yes, a little checking of her LinkedIn profile. She was working for Rex now, Chief Vision Officer, or something equally vague and high-sounding. Her social media was a whirlwind of champagne toasts, motivational quotes, and pictures of her and Rex looking very important in front of whiteboards covered in buzzwords. I knew, deep down, it was just a matter of time. Startups like that, built on hype and debt, are houses of cards. About a year and 3 months after she left, I closed on a house. Not a big house, a modest 3-bedroom craftsman in a quiet, tree-lined neighborhood outside the city. It had a nice little yard and a porch swing. It was perfectly, wonderfully, boringly stable. I used the money I had consistently saved, the money from my boring 401k loans which I paid back religiously, and the steady, reliable income from my utility job to secure a fantastic 30-year fixed mortgage. I signed those papers, got the keys, and stood in my empty living room, and I felt a profound sense of independence. This was mine. No one could take it away. 2 weeks after I moved in, the news hit the local business headlines. Dog Walker Pro app collapses amidst mismanagement and reckless spending. Rex hadn't just failed. He had crashed and burned spectacularly. Turns out, flying private jets for investor meetings and renting out entire hotels for team building when you haven't produced a profitable quarter yet is a bad business model. He was facing legal trouble, his investors were suing, and the whole thing evaporated overnight. And Sarah? She was out of a job, of course. And because she had sunk every last cent of her savings, and even some borrowed money, into Rex's company based on his guaranteed returns, she was completely wiped out. She lost the loft, she lost the flashy car, which was leased anyway, and I heard she was back living in her childhood bedroom in Ohio. Then, the email came. It popped up late one Tuesday night, right as I was unwinding, looking over paint swatches for the guest bathroom. The subject line was simply, "Thinking of you." It was from Sarah. The email was long. It started with apologies, vague and sweeping. It talked about how the last year had been a terrifying learning experience and how she had been blinded by superficial excitement. She wrote about how much she missed true stability and genuine connection. She didn't explicitly ask for money, but the entire tone was one of desperate need. She mentioned that she was having trouble even affording bus fare to interviews and that she realized now that the safety and predictability I offered was actually the greatest value. She ended the email saying she was coming back to town and asked if we could meet up for coffee, just to talk, Ethan, about the future. I read the email twice. I looked around my quiet, sturdy house. I looked at my spreadsheet showing my current net worth, up 15% since she left. I looked at the dog bed I had just bought for the rescue mutt I was adopting next week. I took a deep breath. I didn't feel anger. I felt a quiet, powerful sense of vindication, but mostly just peace. I replied the next morning. I kept it short and polite.
Sarah, thanks for reaching out. I'm sorry to hear things didn't work out with the startup. That sounds incredibly stressful. I appreciate you reflecting on the past, but honestly, I think it's best if we don't meet up. A lot has changed in the last year. I've settled into a great routine, my job is thriving, and I've actually just bought a house. I'm happy with where I am now. It's quiet, it's stable, and frankly, it's exactly the kind of predictable, boring life you felt you needed to escape. I wish you genuine luck in getting back on your feet. All the best. Ethan. I had sinned. Then I blocked her email address. I didn't do it out of spite. I did it out of self-preservation. I had worked too hard for this hard-earned peace to let chaos back in, no matter how repentant it sounded. The truth is, my steady income wasn't boring mediocrity, it was freedom. It was the foundation that allowed me to stand on my own 2 feet when everything else was falling apart. And as I sat on my new porch swing that evening, watching the sunset over my very own, very stable, very beige adjacent house, I knew I had made the right choice. Sometimes, the safest bet is the biggest win of all.